Okay, start it. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, everybody. So we have the linear regression which we are talking about. We did talk about that, right? And there is also the non-linear. That's what? Linear regression. If you want to see the difference, what is the difference between the two? Consider this is me and this is my wifey. Okay? And I have to say sorry, for example. So how I gonna say sorry? I gonna say, hey, sorry, right? Bingo. But when she has to say sorry, what does she do? Firstly, she will try to do, everything on me. Huh? It's my fault, right? When she is stuck with everything then she go like this around me, but she's still not gonna say sorry, right? She's still trying. गलती तो तेरी है भाई, ठीक है? तो जब मैं she thinks मैं मान नहीं रहा, बंदा मान नहीं रहा, so then फिर भी kind of trying each and everything. अगर मैं वो explain करूँ उसमें सारा time ही जाएगा क्लास का. So ultimately she will say sorry, okay? But वो sorry का मजा ही नहीं है कुछ, है ना? फीका होगा बहुत. So मसला क्या है? ये वाला जो है, ये linear वाला है. क्या है? हम करना क्या चाह रहे हैं? हम करना यही चाह रहे हैं कि हमने स्कैटर प्लॉट पे कुछ पॉइंट्स प्लॉट किए हुए हैं, ठीक है ना? और मैं प्रेडिक्ट करना चाहता हूं. मैं क्या करना चाहता हूं? लेकिन लगता किस में है पहले? लगता इसमें है कि फॉर एग्जांपल आपकी कंपनी है, उसमें दो वेरिएबल्स थे कि ये हो रहा है तो मार्केट की ये सिचुएशन है तो प्रोडक्ट ऐसे बिकेंगे वगैरह वगैरह, ठीक है? और जब मैंने स्कैटर किया फिर मैं एक लाइन डालना चाहता हूं यूजिंग द लीनियर रिग्रेशन. यूजिंग व्हाट? लीनियर रिग्रेशन कि ये क्लोजर आए इन पॉइंट्स के, ताकि रेसिड्यूअल, ताकि बहुत कम आए. रेसिड्यूअल क्या है? दैट मीन्स कि नियर अबाउट, इट्स अ नियर फिट. फिट तो होगा नहीं, रेसिड्यूअल तो फिर भी होंगे ना. दिस इज द एक्चुअल पॉइंट, दिस इज द पॉइंट ऑन द लाइन, राइट? रेसिड्यूअल्स तो होंगे. रेसिड्यूअल्स, व्हाट इज द रेसिड्यूअल? व्हाट इज रेसिड्यूअल? व्हाट इज रेसिड्यूअल पॉइंट? Yeah, difference between the actual point and the predictive point, which you predict. Which you predict is on the line. When you calculate this line, you create this line using linear regression, then any situation of the company, you can predict कि होगा क्या products का, because that will fall on this line, right? Because for every x, I am saying is what is going to be the y. That is this line. The y, the line is that you are saying some x. Basically, you are predicting what the y will be. Actual y is तो पता नहीं कहाँ वैल्यू पे है ना, जो एक्चुअल तो पता नहीं कहाँ है, लेकिन आपने लाइन ऐसी मारी है जो क्लोज फिट है, जो बिल्कुल साथ निकल रही है बंदों के, ताकि रेसिड्यूअल्स कम आए. वही, that is what linear regression says. This is what me and a sorry says. That is very simple. But if it is complicated, the scatter plot is very complicated. कि मैं स्ट्रेट लाइन मार रहा हूं लेकिन पॉइंट कोई उधर है तो कोई उधर है, कोई उस साइड है तो कोई उस साइड है. स्ट्रेट लाइन के साथ रेसिड्यूअल्स का मिनिमाइज करना नामुमकिन अगर है, तो वो कब पॉसिबल है? व्हेन द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द टू, द वाइफ एंड द सॉरी, द टू पैरेललाइज बेसिकली. ओके, जब वो बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, सिनेरियो बहुत क्या है, व्हेन इट इज कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सिनेरियो, उसमें स्ट्रेट लाइन नहीं हो सकती. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एक एग्जाम्पल हम लेंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अरे सेव किसने बोला करने को भाई, कैंसिल करो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर मेरे पॉइंट्स निकल रहे हैं, व्हाट द हेक, लाइक दिस. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दे आर लाइक दिस. सम इज हियर, सम इज हियर, सम इज हियर, सम इज हियर, समवन इज हियर, समवन इज हियर, समवन इज हियर. तो स्ट्रेट लाइन अगर मैं मारूंगा तो उधर जाएगा, ये सारे पॉइंट तो गए पानी में. आई कुड डू लाइक दिस, इजंट इट? आई कुड डू लाइक, ओके, मे बी द पैराबोला दिस टाइम फिट्स. So that means कि मेरा सिनेरियो सिंपल नहीं है. अगर सिनेरियो सिंपल नहीं है, so I have to use non-linear regression, which will not follow the straight line, which will follow the other patterns. Prima facie concept clear? Then we said if we have a linear regression where we have the 2-point LSRL, what is that? LSRL? So why we have least? What does least square do now? क्या करेगा लीस्ट स्क्वायर? वो ये लाइन बनाएगा ताकि आपका मिनिमम आए. क्या आए मिनिमम? रेसिड्यू. यानी कि वो जो पॉइंट्स जो बाहर है या नीचे है लाइन के, वो बिल्कुल करीब रहे आपके लाइन के. एंड हाउ यू डू दैट इज यूजिंग द LS or L. And I told you this is again the plain old algebra, that where we have, what is the line formula? What's the line formula? Y is equal to, okay, where what is the M? Slope. What is the X? The independent variable, because we have the independent variable on this side and the dependent variable on the Y, which we want to calculate. This is our problem. If we want to have that line, you are having the axis, you want to calculate the Y. That's my problem. To calculate the Y. What is the Y? Okay? For example, I have x1, 2, whatever. I have x1. What is going to be Y? Say Y is this one. So I calculate the Y. For this x, what is going to be the Y? For this Y. Then I can draw the line. So this line will have all those points which are the predicted value of Y. Now, अगर मुझे कोई भी प्रॉब्लम उठा के फिर करनी है कि मेरे पास फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं पिज्जा का साइज बना, त्वचवरु का साइज बना रहा हूँ, त्वचवरु का साइज है इतना सारा, तो ये 5 रुपए का होगा, इतना होगा, ठीक है. फिर हम कहते हैं कि ये कितना बिकेगा आगे, हाउ मच विल इट सेल, राइट. मुझे ऐसा करना है, आई विल डू एनालिसिस ऑफ माय काउंटर. सो देन व्हाट विल यू डू, then when you create that line using a linear regression, you create that line. Now you can predict any size of त्वचवरु and the selling. So now you created this much of त्वचवरु. What is the possibility of it selling in one day or whatever? Because you have the line. So you have these axes. So on x-axis I have the size of त्वचवरु. On the y-axis I have how is going to be selling. Got it? So there can be complicated scenarios where, for example, I am doing one company. Maybe I deal with the kebab. What do you say? Kebab company. Kebab, you know? Oh, it's a big industry where they sell second-hand things. Got it? Now there could be tons of variables in it. कि किस salesman ने कितना बेचा इस month. Okay? And there will be tons of products and all. So वो maybe linear regression में नहीं आएगा. For that we will use non-linear regression. Now with this you will have, no, this topic will give you the revision of, I guess, everything. Okay? Because of the formula. Because the formula demands all the things. Let us see. So what is the formula that I told you? Yeah. We have done it last time. So we have a least square method. What is the least square method? We'll see. We square the things and we try to see what is my objective? To minimize residuals. And that is being done because if you see without formulas and all, what this line gonna be? This is gonna be somewhere the means, right? Isn't it? अगर मेरे points आ रहे हैं इधर उधर उधर इधर आ रहे हैं, this is gonna be the mean, the averages. Okay? Is that clear? क्योंकि जब आप line मार रहे हो, क्योंकि आपका point इधर आ रहा है, इधर आ रहा है, इधर आ रहा है, इधर आ रहा है, and you want to have some that line, which is going a straight line. So what is that line gonna be? The mean, kind of some kind of a mean. Okay? And I do it by least square method. I do it by what? That is why with the least square method, and we say the equation we have is y cap is equal to a plus bx. If I ask the new girl, what is going to be the y cap? Huh? No. In terms of my x and y, whatever I was saying, what is this y going to be? Which I am trying to get. The predicted value for any x you have plug in. Any x you plug in, you will get what is y gonna be. This is the y. Y is the predicted value of the response variable. Okay? यानी कि अगर आपको कोई भी x है, इसके अगेंस्ट कौन सा y आएगा मुझे? Because that calculating those y's, I will get the line, right? That is what the whole objective is. To create a line. How we create a line? For each and every x, I need to calculate the y. That is my predicted variable. So once the line is, I have created a line, now I may have the x, the huge number of x. I can calculate what is the y, because that will be on the line. Gotcha? So how we predict that? The prediction will be simple. Then you plug any x value, you can calculate the y if the line is given. You get the point? एक line है यहाँ से जा रही है, आपने इधर x का ये किया, अब उधर का x आ गया, वो उधर पे y आ जाएगा ना, so prediction is possible then. Got it? But now if we want to calculate this, then we need to have firstly the a, I need to have the b. X तो होगा ही, the x is the independent variable, x is the, so in my study hours and marks, which is independent variable? Study hours. And the getting the marks is the, right? So if I calculate what is, if I do the line, straight line, and I calculate this much of study line and this, you can get this much of marks, then I can arbitrarily choose then, if the line is given कि भाई आप मुझे प्रेडिक्ट करो कि अगर मैंने इतने घंटे पढ़ा तो मुझे कितने मार्क्स आएंगे, I can calculate from the line. इतने x is इतने घंटे पढ़ा, y will be easily calculated. Draw the perpendicular, you will get the y. Getting? You gotcha? Okay. Now what is the a? Okay, y-intercept. That means if you produce this and where it will, अगर ये line आप produce करोगे, ये y के साथ किधर मिलेगी? This is called y-intercept, y, and this is your what? A. And what is b, which is multiplied with the x? The slope. Okay, how we calculate the slope? This one, the formula I gave you last time. यहाँ भी याद करवाई थी हमने, उसको मतलब घर में कुछ करते नहीं हो फिर क्या? What is this? Standard deviation of y divided by standard deviation of x. That means if you want to calculate, you need to know what is standard deviation. Standard deviation. We have done that. And what is r? How we calculate the r? That is correlation coefficient. We have seen the Pearson's correlation coefficient. Unit fourth is actually the same things. It's not new thing. Okay, अगर हम unit third complete करेंगे ना, unit fourth will be automatically somehow completed, because there is again the Pearson's correlation that we have done in the correlation coefficient. Okay, if I ask the badminton girl, what is correlation doing? You guys are like a sad story. What is this? If I ask Dhar, she will answer me. If I ask Rida, she will answer me. So why are you guys not answering? That's bad. You see, we are reading, we have the videos, we have everything. You seem to be lost, kids. That's bad. Who will tell me? Raise your hand. 1, 2, and new girls also can raise your hand. What about the others? Can you say? That is what correlation coefficient does. जो correlation है, correlation coefficient वही करके दे रहा है ना आपको. Yes, you tell me. Okay. What? आइए. किसका क्लास? आप घूम गए हो बेटा कहीं. ये मेला थोड़ी ना कॉलेज है, यहाँ कैसे घूम सकते हैं? हाँ. What is the correlation doing? Tell me in a simple words. Covariance is the relationship between the two, and correlation is, it tells us how intense that relationship is. Simple as it is. So we had a correlation coefficient is which gives us that intensity, right? That's called correlation coefficient, and we have the formula for that, right? So that means to calculate this y, that is the predictive variable, or in simple terms, to create this line, or to have a linear regression. So for each and every x, you want to calculate the y, then you need to know what is a, that is the intercept, line intercept, and what is the b. So b is, for b we have r times standard deviation of y divided by standard deviation of x, and where r is the correlation coefficient, and these are the standard deviations. We will see that in a minute. And then a is the intercept. Is what? That's going to be equal to y mean. Why we have here the y hat, not the y bar? Because y bar means mean. Y bar means, okay? Y bar means mean, shown by sigma. And this is the y bar or x bar. We can show the mean by the sigma. But if we want to show the predictable variable y, that is shown by y hat. Got it? Okay. Now, we are saying that A is gonna be Y mean minus whatever the slope is times X mean. You got Y mean, you got X mean, multiply that with the slope and got it. You will get the A. That is what? The Y-intercept. That's the, so you know A, you know B, you can calculate easily the Y hat, the predicted variable of Y. Or you can create that line. That's what linear regression means. Right? Let's go for an example. Firstly, what is the role of residual? The residual is Y minus Y hat. That is, Y is the actual value and predictable variable. The difference between the two. It will tell me how closer I am to the line and how जो मैंने लाइन बनाई है वो मेरे एक्चुअल वैल्यू से कितना दूर है, यानी कि जो मेरी लाइन है यहाँ पे और मेरा पॉइंट यहाँ पे था या यहाँ पे था और मैंने लाइन मारी, जो ये डिस्टेंस इसकी है, दिस इज द वाई हैट फॉर दिस एक्स फॉर दिस पॉइंट एंड दिस इज वाई हैट फॉर दिस. हियर इट विल बी नेगेटिव, हियर इट विल बी पॉजिटिव, क्योंकि डिस्टेंस ज्यादा है, ये दूर है उससे. ये जो पॉइंट था मेरी लाइन ही इससे दूर है तो नेगेटिव वैल्यू आएगा ना वाई हैट का. सो दिस इज द रेसिड्यूअल, दिस इज व्हाट. तो रेसिड्यूअल, रोल ऑफ रेसिड्यूअल का मतलब ये है कि ये कितना नेगेटिव कितना पॉजिटिव है. उसका मतलब है कि मेरा पॉइंट कितना दूर है लाइन से, जो प्रेडिक्टेबल वेरिएबल है ना. उसी को तो हम करना चाह रहे हैं ना, उसी के लिए तो हमारे पास फॉर्मूला है. गॉट इट. एंड वी डू इट बाय द सम ऑफ स्क्वायर्ड रेसिड्यूअल्स. यानी व्हाट आर द रेसिड्यूअल्स वी हैव, we do the squaring of it and we get it. But the thing is that how we calculate all this, we will do the one example of it because we're getting time. Let me go quickly to the example. This is my example. Okay, it's not being solved. Let's try to solve it using our previous knowledge. Okay, लेकिन घर में जाके आपको काम करना चाहिए. Should make copies. अब मैंने आपको एग्जाम नहीं कहा, एग्जाम आपको है. So why are you not preparing them? आप लोगों का मतलब बैड स्टोरी है. This is very bad. I have to change my gears then. Now this is the X and these are the Y's. Okay? I have to do the linear regression. कि भैया इतने study hours हैं, उतना exam score है. ठीक है? So that I can have any hours, मैं plug करूंगा भाई 10 hour का मुझे बताओ, 20 hour का मुझे बताओ कितना score आ सकता है. अब अगर मेरे पास line बन चुकी है, linear regression किया हुआ है, I can do that. I can plug any X, I will get the predicted Y. This is the actual Y, na? Now after actual Y, I will calculate my linear regression, I will create that line. And now any X will tell me what is the Y. I can predict anything then. Any study hours, I can predict what is gonna be the scores. That will not be precise because that's not actual, but that will be close to actual. This is what we're trying to do. Got it? So we do prediction. Now here, if we say this one, because we know we have to calculate B. Now B is R times standard variable X and standard deviation of X, right? So if I have to calculate this, I need correlation coefficient, I need standard deviation of Y, I need standard deviation of X. Okay, bingo. First, maybe I also need the means to calculate the A, because for the A I have Y bar minus B into X bar. This is what A is, right? अभी देखा ना ऊपर हमने, इतनी जल्दी भूल गए क्या? यहाँ पे नहीं देखा है फॉर्मूला. है ना? This is the A. So I need the mean of Y, I need the mean of X, I need the B, I need the A. Okay? And B will be calculated by this formula. So I need a standard deviation of Y, I need standard X, I need the R, correlation coefficient and all. And all of this when I have, I can calculate the Y hat. I will calculate the man with the hat. Got it? So let us see this example. 5 minutes, huh? 5 minutes. Get inside. Tashi Mubarak tu shamita sa. So mean of X. What is the mean of X? What is going to tell me quickly without wasting time? What is the mean of X? 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12 plus 2 is 40 plus 1 is 15. वहां पीछे है ना एक वहां. There is 15. 15 divided by 5, that is going to be, so that is my mean of X is 3. Mean of X what? What is going to be mean of Y? Add them together and divide. Quick, do it. Use the calculator. We don't have time. Farooq sir is waiting. Use calculator. 52 plus 58 plus 65, 70, 74 divided by 5. And that is gonna be, I imagine you have done it. That is gonna be 63.8. That's gonna be what? That is mean of y. How you calculate mean? Sum divided by 2 divided by whatever the number we have. Got it? So we got a mean. Then we want a s of x. What is going to be s of x? Standard deviation of x. Standard deviation, we know it is the under root of variance. Under root of, what is variance equal to? Because variance is square. Because variance is shown by sigma square, right? And if we do square there, that is under root, and this will be called standard deviation. That is 1 by n summation of I is equal to 1 to n. What else? X minus x bar का square. X minus x bar का square. This is the, ये तो आपने पढ़ा होगा ना, ये आपने भी variance वगैरह आपको है ना सिलेबस में. You should have done it. Okay. So variance has a formula which is 1 by n, but it's a variance of population. If you do variance of sample, we have to do n minus 1. So technically here is variance of sample, not the population. So we have to use n minus 1. So that means if I apply to this x firstly here, a variance, that is gonna be equal to under root of, what else? Summation of x of I minus, जल्दी बताओ, what is it? मैं लिखा था. Whatever the x value is, minus the mean of x, that is 3 का whole square divided by, so कर लो summation हर एक के लिए. This is 1 minus 3 का square, इसको प्लस करना है 2 minus 3 का square, इसको प्लस करना है 3 minus 3 का square, इसको प्लस करना है 4 minus, उसको प्लस करना है 5 minus 3 का, ये प्रॉपर फॉर्मूला के अंदर लिखना है यहाँ पे इज इक्वल करके ना, ये सीधे. और इस सब को फिर प्लस करके डिवाइड क्या करना है? 4, 5 minus 1, बिकॉज टोटल नंबर इज 5, 5 minus 1 इज, सो इसको करेंगे, जब इसको करेंगे, हाउ मच इज दिस? दिस इज minus 2, that is 4. This is gonna be 4 plus this is gonna be 1, this is gonna be 0, leave it, this is gonna be 1, and this is gonna be 4, because 5 minus 3 is 2, 2 raised to power 2 is 4. I'm going a little faster because we have done it already. Okay, divided by, or in दोनों का root. So this is going to be 10 divided by 4 under root. That is 4 to 2.5. So root of 2.5. If you calculate root of 2.5, that is going to be this one, 1.5. That's going to be what? You can directly say root of 2.5. Say root of 2.5. Bas a minute, huh? So root of 2.5 is called, what is root of 2.5? That's going to be 1.5. If you want, you can do that. 2.5 under root, no need of calculator. 1, 1 are 1. Point ko here, 5 by 6 bone, and then we have the 0 here. After z, 1 plus 1. You know under how to use square root? 1 plus 1 is 2. Now we are gonna have what? 5 or what we have? How much we have here? 3? 3 to 6, now 2. Then we have 2 to 4, 2 to 4. That is 6. Or 0.20 आ जाएंगे यहाँ पे. This is over, and then we have 2, 24, and so on. You can calculate, right? So that will be equal to this guy 1.58. This will be there if you calculate the properly. So if you say root of 2.5, it's going to be this thing. So then you have to do the standard deviation of y. Standard deviation of, the same way we can do that. How? Why is only she saying? What is the standard deviation of y? Under root of, shabash, summation of I is equal to 1 to n y of I minus y bar ka square, and divided by y minus 1 because it's sample, not the population. Got it? So once we are done with that, excuse me sir, we will get only just one formula left out here so that they can calculate it later on. And we need the R. What is the R? correlation coefficient. I will give the formula, I will calculate, because sir is waiting. So correlation coefficient, what is correlation coefficient? We have done it. Correlation coefficient is R is covariance of x comma y divided by standard deviation of x, standard deviation of y. Isn't it this thing? Correlation coefficient. We have done it. That is covariance of x comma y divided by स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन x अभी कर चुके हैं हम, स्टैंडर्ड कर चुके हैं, उसको मल्टीप्लाई खाली करना है, वो फिर से नहीं करना है ना. व्हाट इज द कोवेरियंस ऑफ x comma y? यस, समेशन ऑफ x of minus x bar into y of, okay, divided by. So this is gonna, you have to calculate only this thing we calculated. You divide the two, then the problem here is it has given 0.993. It should come up. Okay? That's all for today. We will see it next day, tomorrow.